my sister's rage, family, and friends. We gonna get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcast, YouTube exclusive content, and a YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family. Hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's a Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Aundrea. We're going to be dilly-dadding a little bit, and then we're going to be doing a lot of Reddit's Am I Overreacting? But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it, but you told me before we get into anything, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, let me just remind you again that we're taking a break for the holidays. This will be the last episode until January the 6th, which is the Tuesday. So we're going to just be taking some time off. Don't worry. If you need some original content, jump on our YouTube page. We'll have some original content on there. This is just a reminder that we're taking a much needed vacation. But Jay, before we even started recording, you jumped on here and you said, I'm enraged.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So let me tell you how my evening went last night.
Okay.
I let my dogs out for their last, their evening potty before bed. And I see Roni sniffing something in the yard. I walk up, it looked like a dog toy. And I was like, I don't remember buying them this dog toy. Some neighbor dog must have left it in the yard. Well, Roscoe sees it. And he goes right for it, picks it up, starts running around with it. And I realize it's a dead squirrel. A real dead squirrel. Not a toy.
No.
Real. And he thinks it's playtime.
Yeah.
And I cannot catch him. And I'm out there in the middle of the night screaming bloody murder because this dog thinks that this squirrel is a toy. And he will not let it go. And I'm chasing him all around the cul-de-sac. He will not let it. He's shaking it, just having a good old time, juking me, breaking my ankles, all kinds of things. I'm screaming at this dog. It's clearly not a game. He has an electric collar on. It wasn't until I got him in his crate and took it off that I realized the collar wasn't even on. So I'm trying to shock him. Collar's not even on. So he's not responding, having a good old time. I finally go get the shovel because sometimes he drops it. I cover it with the shovel. I grab him, get him in the house, throw him in his crate. Okay? But that's not the end of it. That's not the end. Because I have to let them out again this morning, which means I have to get rid of this dead squirrel that's in my yard. So I'm out there with a rake and a shovel. Trying to finesse this dead squirrel into the shovel so that I could then carry it deep into the forest. Because it can't be close. They'll catch the scent. He'll get it again. I have to carry it deep into the forest and throw it upon the brush. So that's how. And you know what? They still kind of started picking up the scent. Because he was going to where I walked into the woods. I said, not today. Never again. So he's on punishment. And so I'm not in a great mood. And you know how these Reddits get me fired up. So we're gonna roll with it. I'm telling everybody to break up. Everybody needs a divorce. Everybody go no contact. That's my response to everything today.
That's your response.
It's not going to be great.
That's your response to everything all the time. It's part of the reason why sometimes I come to you for advice and sometimes I don't. Because I'll be like, Jay ain't going to be Jay ain't gonna step out of herself and give me the best advice. She gonna always
Yeah.
say, "Cut it." That's
That is the best advice most of the time. Most of the time
no,
is cut it. No, most of the time people hold on to things for reasons that do not even benefit them.
right.
And so a lot of the time the response is to cut it.
Okay. Yes, but a person can only cut it when they're ready to cut it.
Yes.
And
But
so
I'm
they
at
have,
least going to put the bug in your ear.
well, yes. But most people are defiant, or maybe not most people. I'm defiant. And
Yes.
and they're going to just be like, no, they're going to dig in. We're going to get into it because some of these Reddits is just like, hey, do we say something or do we not say something? But I know for me personally and for giving advice, people come to me all the time and they're like, what do you think I should do? And I'm always, very thoughtful in my reaction. I don't like to tell people you should do this or do that unless they like, Bruce, what should I do? And I'm
Yeah.
always like, I think this is the best course of action. But I know that people are never going to leave a situation until they're fed up.
Yes. Yeah.
And so
But I
it's
feel
some,
like the moment they come to you for advice, that's the start of it. That's the start of the process of getting fed up. And so I'm just going to put that bug in your ear. Hey, seems like you're getting fed up.
I
You
know,
might be getting fed up for a reason.
I know personally, I have to get to that breaking point or else I can't let go. But once I
Yeah.
get to that breaking point, oh, I've let go completely. Ain't no
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I was laughing during the intro is because my sister was so enraged in the beginning that it messed me up. That's the reason why I was chuckling in the intro. It was still gonna be one take Bruce. I was still that look, y'all gonna get it even if it's messy. That's just what
Yeah.
it is.
And guess what? You got through it all. So,
I got through it chuckling, but I did
yeah.
get through it all.
Yes.
All right, so Jay, we're gonna start to get to these Reddits. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the last episode before we go on vacation. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. It's gonna be a full episode, but it's gonna be a full short episode, which means that we're not gonna go for the full hour, more than likely. That's what the plan is. But both me and my sister have the gift and the unfortunate gift of gab. So who knows how long this show is gonna go.
We could be quite loquacious.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, loquacious meaning that you can just talk for a long time.
Talkative.
Yeah.
Talkative. Yeah.
All right, so this first Reddit is "Am I overreacting?" When and the whole basis of this Reddit and this segment is when do you tell a friend or a loved one to leave a relationship? That was not planned. Me and my sister was literally talking about that before this Reddit, but that's what we gonna talk about. So I'm not reading these Reddits because I'm a little tired and it seemed like I got cotton mouth and it might just be because I'm dehydrated and I'm also drinking right now. So I'm going to have somebody else read them. So here we go.
My daughter, age 30, has been dating a man, also 30, for about 4 years. I'm concerned that his penny pinching habits are starting to affect her health. He only showers at her house because he says it's too expensive to use his own. He never drives on their trips, claiming fuel costs are too high, so she always uses her car. When they eat out, he insists they pay separately, but if he decides he's not hungry, he'll share her plate. He also uses her home as his office to work from home. The list goes on. I can see this is wearing her down. She tells me about all these things, and I've commented that she will never be happy with him because of his meanness. In other ways, he seems fine, courteous, and polite, but this side of him is troubling. Today, she phoned to ask if I would drive him to a train station about 40 miles away, because it would add $36 to his fare if he left from his local trips, claiming fuel costs are too high, so she'll station. She also asked if I could collect him on Tuesday. I declined. I've told my wife I'm reluctant to have him visit us for Boxing Day lunch. He won't bring a gift or a bottle, and he'll likely ask for leftovers to take home. The irony is that he has a good job and puts about $2,144 a month into a savings account. So my question is, do I speak up or do I stay quiet?
Jay, you want to take this one first?
Yeah. He is homeless.
Okay, you calling him a homosexual?
No. He is homeless. He's homeless. I need to see the savings account because I don't believe it exists. I don't believe it exists. He is homeless and jobless. And his car got repoed. And that's why he needs rides to the train station. That's why it's always taking her car. And that's why he showers at your house because it's too expensive to shower it. I'm sorry. We have to pay separately, but then he won't eat. He'll eat off my plate, and I'm still paying for. He's homeless. He is unhoused and jobless, and I need to see receipts because none of that makes sense. None of that makes sense. Girlfriend, at that big age, none of that makes sense. Do I speak up or do I stay quiet? I wouldn't have stopped speaking up. I would have been speaking up from the moment I was told that this person comes to your house to take showers so that they don't have to pay their water bill. That's the moment I would have, the first instance of this shenanigans, I would have never stopped speaking up, especially as this person's parent. No. And you putting away money in a savings saver for what?
Probably saving for a home if you're homeless.
I need to see receipts. He has a good job. How do you know? You ever picked him up from work?
He might have found out if he decided to go ahead and pick him up for that train station and
why
drop
is he
him off.
Why is he taking the train and it's too expensive to take it from his local station? He don't have a local station, baby. He don't have a local station. He uses your home as his office to work from home because he don't have a computer or internet or electricity. Baby. I would have not. What do you mean? Do I speak up? There was never a time I wasn't speaking up.
Okay. The dynamic is father-daughter. It's a little different than siblings.
Nope.
So
No, you are a parent.
Yes. All right. So here's my take. He could have his own place and just be incredibly cheap. I know people who are incredibly cheap.
This is extreme.
This is extreme. But I know people who are incredibly cheap. Look, this is what I'll say as far as whether he should speak up or stay quiet. I think there are two separate things, speaking up and staying quiet, right? You can say something which is not staying quiet, but not necessarily speaking up. I had a situation where I had a friend that was in a bad relationship. I've actually had several friends that were in a bad relationship. These two particular cases I'm going to bring up. In one case, the person kept telling me about their partner and about stuff that I considered, oh, this is kind of like a deal breaker for me, but I could tell that you really love them. And instead of saying, this seemed like a deal breaker to me, I would just ask questions to make them think about the situation. Because a lot of times people realize what they're going through subconsciously, and are saying it, but it's not connecting. And so I would ask questions just to make them think. Another person, another friend of mine, sent me a whole voice note, bunch of voice notes. It was like a Risa Tisa type of situation, just Lord. Explaining their circumstance. And what I said to them was, hey, I'm not going to really make a comment. You know what I think you should do? Go back and listen to what you said. I know personally I was in a situation and I was explaining it to a friend. And it was talking out loud and saying it as opposed to just running it over and over and over and over in my head. It was speaking it out loud to make me be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
So I don't think he should necessarily be like, hey, look, this person is homeless. The way you were going about it, I don't necessarily think that's the best way, because this is the father and you always run the risk of this person digging their heels in because they love him and then going no contact to not even have to deal with what you're having to say anymore.
Here, I have. If the train station is 40 miles away, where exactly are you going?
It do sound like if Johnny is traveling at 5 miles per hour on the train and the train is 40 miles away from the station, how long does Johnny take to get to the station and what
Am,
is the cost? Yeah, I mean, it
am
does
I
sound
taking
crazy.
you one stop away?
Who, it was
Where
40
are you
minutes, right?
going?
Yeah, no.
40 miles.
40 miles could be 40 minutes. Or
Yes.
DC, that could be 3 hours. So,
Yes.
and in Atlanta, it could be 3 hours. All I'm saying is he can speak up without speaking up. Sometimes it's just, hey, how are things going? And then letting them explain it out loud. Sometimes people just need to hear it, hear the words from their situation out of their own mouths.
But here's the thing. She's been explaining it because that's how her dad knows about it in the first place.
Yeah.
So now's the time to be like, hey, do me a favor. One day, insist he drive. One day, and tell him he can't work from home. Maybe they're just to make up that they're doing maintenance or something on your apartment or something. Just tell him one day he can't and that you got to go to his place to work. Just one day, make it inconvenient for him and see what his reaction is. And that will tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, I agree with you, right? I agree with you. But it's the dad's perception that this is affecting her health. It doesn't seem like she's coming to him saying, hey, this is an issue for me. It seems like the dad is saying this is an issue for her.
He said, I can see this is wearing her down.
Well,
she tells me about all these things, and I've commented that she will never be happy with him because of his meanness. It's not his meanness. He's taking advantage of you.
Right, but she's not saying that she's feeling a type of way. This is her father's perception of what she's feeling. She's not voicing that. And if
we don't know when she tells him about these things, we don't know the way in which she's telling him about
I feel like
are they complaints?
Yeah, I feel like if they were complaints, he would have said she is complaining. She might be happy with the situation and not think it's that big of a deal. She and herself might be like, I kind of like the situation because I like the fact that he comes over because I don't want to go over his place. I like the fact that we split down the middle and I pay for my own
nobody wants
stuff.
to go to the land of make-believe.
I'm just saying, yes, sometimes we can look at a situation and be like, ooh, our friends or our loved ones are in a bad situation. But unless they are vocalizing that they feel like they're in a bad situation, not our perception of it, but unless they're vocalizing it, we don't know that they're not happy with what the circumstances are. Just because we wouldn't put up with the circumstances doesn't mean that, other people do what they want to do. And we handle things differently. You always want to cut things off.
So part of speaking up, the first question would be, how are you feeling about all of this?
That's what yes.
Are you happy in this relationship? What are you getting out of it? Where are the benefits to you?
Right.
And I hate this question with a passion, but it feels like it needs to be asked. What is he bringing to the table?
Yeah.
Besides politeness and courteousness.
Well, I tell you what, I would absolutely tell her is like, hey, look, don't be bringing me into your shit. Don't be asking.
Don't include me.
Yeah, y'all got your own situation. No, I'm not about to drive him and pick him up because he don't want to pay the extra $36. I'm such a person.
Has she been going through this for 4 years?
Look, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe she's happy, right? Maybe she's happy. We know people personally that don't like to go out, don't like to do this, don't like to do that. I personally don't like to go out to dinners. It's weird. Other people love going out to dinners. People like and dislike what they have or whatever, and people are
Mm,
different. So maybe she's just like, I rock with it, it ain't no big deal for me. But what you're not gonna do is inconvenience the hell out of me because you're gonna have
yes.
a particular situation. That's
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
I'd be just like the dad. Hell to the nah.
Yeah. I'm not driving him 40 miles away so he could save $36. Mind you, I'm spending $36 in gas to get you this 40 miles so you can go, I don't know where, because it seems like I'm taking you most of the way.
All right, so me and my sister sort of agree, but mostly disagree about how to handle the situation. We both agree that you got to say something, just what you say is just a little bit different. But I do agree with the fact that asking, hey, you happy?
Mm-hmm.
You good? How you feel about this particular situation? I do agree with that. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes that's all you need to do. You ain't got to voice your opinion all the time. Let people live their lives. If they miserable, people only going to change when they want to change. You can't make them change. All right, Jay, this is a similar story, kinda. It's about a couple
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship, but this one's a lot more serious. The
Okay.
headline is, Am I overreacting to my family lying to me about my sister's wedding? And you'd be like, damn, why is your family lying to you about your sister's wedding? Like, what the hell is going on with y'all? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna let him tell it,
Okay.
and then me and my sister is gonna let y'all know our opinion about it.
Okay.
My sister, who is 18, is getting married in 3 months. When I met her fiancé for the first time, I witnessed him hit her. Apparently, this wasn't the first time, and I've been deeply upset ever since. My parents believe he can change, saying he didn't know you're not supposed to roughhouse with girls. But he also kicked my 9-year-old cousin, leaving a mark on her side. I believe he's abusive, and I've told my relatives. Now everyone is calling my parents, telling them they're wrong for encouraging and still planning this wedding. Meanwhile, I've been told I'm overreacting, that I'm creating drama by speaking out about what I saw, while my parents continue to push for the marriage. A week ago, my sister called and said they were postponing the wedding and going to counseling. But today I found out that she and my parents made up that lie just to silence me. They didn't want me telling anyone else about the abuse or turning family against my parents and her fiancé. How long were they planning to keep this lie going until after the wedding? I feel so hurt that I'm considering going no contact with my parents. Am I overreacting? The reason they are rushing into marriage is to get him a green card, since he's not a U.S. citizen.
Jay, and ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are not watching the video, which you should, by the way, because our facial expressions add a lot more. But if you listen to the audio, thank you anyway. My sister's expression, priceless. Jay, tell me what's on your mind.
There's nothing he can do.
Mm.
And that's the sad truth. If your sister is determined to do this, and your parents, no matter what, are pushing her for this, to get this person a green card when he will surely abuse her and definitely leave her once he's established as a citizen, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. She's
Ah.
18, she's an adult. You voiced your opinion. You've let people know. You've done everything you could do up to and maybe including whooping his ass. But there's really honestly, aside from you meeting with him man to man, or if I don't know if this person is male or female actually,
Ma'am.
you meeting with the fiance and letting them know you put your hands on my sister, I'm gonna put my hands on you. Aside from like anything like that, like and again, like that's just creating a cycle of violence. There's honestly nothing that you can do except when your sister falls, be there to catch her. There isn't, but you are outnumbered in this situation, and everybody is digging in. If you've already told her, It's not, I believe he's abusive. He definitely is. If he's willing to do that in front of you, he definitely is. He's doing worse behind your back. There's nothing you can do except to let her know that if she needs you, to call you and that you will be there. But she is, it seems like she's got this in her head enough to lie to you. The parents are really, truly terrible because honestly, what does him getting a green card have to do with your daughter? Money. Okay.
It got to be, ladies and gentlemen. I was doing the money sign. I forget sometimes this audio. It's got to be money. It's got,
Yeah.
because it sounds like they're marrying their daughter off because he got some money. So
That's what it sounds like.
to me, that's got to be the reason behind it. Either he got some money or his family got some money. There's some money tied to all this, which in certain cultures, they like, look, it's a come up. Hey, back in olden times, that's what they used to do. They used to marry off their daughters. So it's barbaric to me, but I didn't grow up in that culture. So I can't judge a culture for having their customs. I can absolutely judge a man for hitting a woman. Now, I only believe the only time that you should ever raise your hands to a woman is one, if she's a licensed fighter. Okay. I dated a woman who was a semi-amateur Muay Thai fighter. Me and her never got into it. We never had to. We never fought or anything like that. But because she had fought semi-pro and was trained to fight, and she squared up on me, the first thing I'm gonna try and do is grab her and be like, "Hey, stop!" But if she start whooping my ass, we gonna have to rumble.
Yeah, it's a Wonder Woman situation, right?
Yeah, we
like
gonna have to rumble.
nobody ever gets on the male villain for fighting Wonder Woman, right?
Or Supergirl.
Or Supergirl, nobody ever says anything about what's his name? Thanos punching
Captain Marvel.
and nobody said no, right? Because these are women that can beat the hell out of anybody. So, okay, but
this young girl is not.
We don't condone violence, but
Hey, look,
I see what you're saying. If they can legitimately whoop your ass,
right? That you defending
don't just
yourself
get your
then.
ass whooped. Yeah,
you're right. You defending yourself then.
Yeah.
So, and you don't condone violence. I say violence is sometimes necessary and should be condoned. Okay, and this is one of them type of situations. Jay, you my sister, love you to death. All right, been trying to watch over and protect you for the last 41 years. Right. If something happened to you, just like our younger brother always got me into fights. If something happened to you, I'm riding.
Yeah.
Giving my life. Right. Yeah. Don't care what happens to me because I'm protecting you. If somebody ever put their hands on you in front of me, I don't think that anybody would be able to stop me from unaliving them. Like it would have to be a group effort because what?
Yeah.
So first of all, I got to question my man, like why you ain't jump on him right away? Because you might not condone violence. I condone violence in certain situations.
I mean, we don't know he didn't. He could have left that part out.
If he did,
not to implicate himself, but
also if he got his ass whooped, he probably might have left that out. Okay,
right.
But if you did get your ass whooped, you can always catch him from behind the back, right? Like you catch him when he's sleep, not literally sleep, but when he's sleeping.
Okay, right? To fight dirty in this situation, absolutely.
I think it's okay to fight dirty in every situation because in our big adult life, you fighting for your life, so there is no fighting dirty.
Yeah,
you're right. There's nothing that he can do, but there is something that he could do. He can run this guy off. And I don't condone this because it's being used in a very hurtful manner that's destroying people's lives. However, this is a type of situation where you call ICE. This is the type of situation where his ass got to go because the family ain't listening or don't care or condoning it.
They clearly don't care.
And there's obviously something behind that, and we think it's money. And I think ICE need to go ahead and collect them. That's one way to get rid of them. If you can't beat them, call somebody else to beat them. I don't typically, I think people are weaponizing ICE, and I actually don't believe in ICE at all.
ICE is weaponizing itself.
Right. But this is the type of situation where let's go ahead and take his ass up out the country. This is the type of situation where maybe he need to be in that El Salvadorian prison or Guatemalan prison. I'm just saying.
I mean, he's abusive. He's a predator, and it's not going to get better.
He kicked a
after
kid.
They get married. Yeah,
he kicked a kid.
A little girl.
Was it a little girl? I know it was a 9-year-old kid.
He said, my 9-year-old cousin leaving a mark on her side.
Yep. You're right. No.
He kicked a little girl. So it's not going to get better.
No, this ain't
going to get
better.
progressively worse. The problem is if he continues to push the brother, then when his sister is in trouble, she's not going to call him. I honestly think because he's just even family calling the parents, nothing is which means the money got to be moneying. Because honestly, you think he didn't know you weren't supposed to roughhouse with girls? What are you talking about? He's not a toddler.
Well, if she's 18. Okay, no, he's not a toddler.
Then the minimum he's 18. He's not a toddler.
No, I can't. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He kicked a 9-year-old in the side. A 9-year-old girl. What in the hell? And if that is not enough to keep the parents or his sister from saying that he's overreacting and creating drama, fine. Y'all do what y'all want to do. But sis, I'm letting you know, if you need me, call me. Because honestly, I don't, and it's a sad situation. It's absolutely, but if they're going up to all the way to lying to you, one, you're not going to be invited to this wedding. Probably is going to happen and you're not going to know about it.
Well, he already said that they lied to him about it.
Yeah. And they're like, how long are they going to keep this until after the wedding? Probably. It's probably going to happen and you're not going to know about it. The only thing you could do is go to your sister and be like, I am concerned not just for your safety, but for your life. If you go through with this, I'm telling you, you're putting your life in danger. If you get to a point where you cannot handle it, call me. I will be there immediately. But other than that, there's nothing you can do. People have to, the hardest thing about domestic violence situations is convincing the person that they need to get. The hardest thing, honestly, is making a path for them to get away safely. But sometimes it's convincing the person that they need to get away. And sometimes you can't convince them. The only thing you could do is say your piece and be there when they need you, and let them know that they have your unconditional support. But they have to want to get away. And then you can help create that path for her. But she's entirely too young. This is, I don't know what your parents are thinking. The only thing I can think of is they do not care about her at all. Her safety, her well-being, her life, they care nothing about her. Enough to put what I can only assume is got to be a lot of money ahead of her and her safety. And it's enough that they're willing to push her into this and to continue to push for the marriage. That is disgusting. You should be disgusted. And if you want to go no contact with those people, feel free. Feel free. They lying to your face anyway. But I know that you clearly love and care about your sister. Pull her aside and let her know that. And then, I mean, you could really, there's nothing you can do except wait for the call.
So the simple answer, sir, are you overreacting? Hell no.
Not even close.
All right, Jay, for this last one, also another relationship one. I felt this personally because I've kind of been in this type of situation. You've never been married, but have you dated anybody that had kids?
No.
No. Okay. It's a weird dynamic when you're dating a single parent and they are co-parenting, which is what you hope that they would be doing. This situation, though, is.
Oh, I'm lying. Yes, yes, I have.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like,
Yes.
I don't feel like you have,
Yeah,
but I was like, oh,
sorry.
okay, yeah. It's always weird when you're dating somebody who is a single parent and they are co-parenting, and how that all works when you're in the picture as well, but kind of not in the picture. And that's what this is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of long, but an interesting story. So I'm going to let them explain it, and then we're going to give our responses to it.
I'm 31, my boyfriend is 32, and we've been together for 2 years. He was previously married and shares a 10-year-old son with his ex-wife, who is 30. For context, I hate Christmas and had a rough childhood, which I think subconsciously impacts how I feel about the situation. This year, my boyfriend, me, his ex, and her new husband all chipped in for a large Christmas gift for his son. The boy already knows what it is and knows it's from all of us. The other day, while sitting on the couch, my boyfriend suddenly said, "Christmas morning, we're going to my ex's house to give our son his gift all together." I was caught off guard and just said, "Okay." His ex tried to do this last year, but we declined. Since it's a big joint gift, he agreed this time. I don't want this to become a yearly tradition. I used to have a decent relationship with his ex, until one of her toxic relatives falsely accused me of yelling at her son. Even after her son confirmed it never happened, she never apologized and now won't even look at me. So you can see how uncomfortable this is for me. I tried talking to my boyfriend. I told him I understood his side. He thought he was doing the right thing since we all chipped in, and he probably wanted me there for support. I know how important it is to give a child of divorce a nice Christmas. I'm a child of divorce myself, so I get how complicated co-parenting can be. Then I explained my side, that my feelings weren't considered before I was volunteered for something extremely uncomfortable, that I wish we had talked about it first, that I need my feelings to matter too, and that we need better communication before decisions are made in emotionally loaded situations. He didn't really take it in. He said, "I understand it's awkward, but it would be weirder if you weren't there. You're going to have to do things around them sometimes. That's part of dating a parent." I reiterated that I understand, but I just want him to talk to me first instead of volunteering me without asking. He apologized, and that was it. I've been thinking about it ever since. I even talked to my therapist. At the core of it, I feel like he pushed my feelings aside to make his ex happy. He didn't even think to talk to me first. And honestly, I don't think his son would care. He already knows the gift is from all of us. I'm just the girlfriend, not his wife or stepmom. If it had been presented to me first, I might have been more open. If I had been considered at all, I might have been more open. But I wasn't, and I don't want to go. I'm tired of hurting myself to make others happy. My therapist even told me this is something I need to work on. So, would I be wrong if I told my boyfriend I will not be attending his ex-wife's house on Christmas morning? And how do I say it gently?
Jay, what you think?
Yeah, you would be. You would be wrong.
Okay.
Here's the thing. First of all, I don't think he's doing this to make his ex happy. I think he's doing this to make his child happy. He wants to be there with his girlfriend of 2 years who chipped in on the gift to see his son open the gift, the reaction, to celebrate the holiday with them. I think you're putting a lot of your own Christmas feelings in it. I think you are centering yourself in it. Whatever you got going on with his mom, listen, you ain't got to deal with that lady. You don't have to deal with that lady. The important thing is being there to make a good memory for this child. And if you think the child won't notice just because you're a girlfriend and not a stepmom or any of the or a wife or anything, you're insane. You've been in this child's life for 2 years. They're 10. They're 10. It's not like this is like a 17-year-old and like it's 10. So he's known you since he was 8. Like it's a little kid. You know
And
what I'm
2
saying?
years between 8 and 10 is an
That's
eternity for that.
That's
Yeah.
an eternity for that. That child knows you, knows who you are. If you don't come, they will notice. You shouldn't have said just okay. If you wanted to have first of all, when you caught off guard, why are you responding when you're caught off guard? That's something
lot of-
you and your therapist need to work on.
Well, a lot of people do that, but also, yes, that is something
Yeah,
that she needs to work on.
Because if I'm caught off guard, my immediate answer is no. And then let me think about it. My immediate answer is not yes. You don't want to go because you don't want to deal with her. You think it's going to be awkward. You don't even like Christmas. You don't really seem to have much of a relationship with this kid. That's why you don't want to go.
Okay.
They don't have it. You're centering yourself in this. And I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid. They are. It is going to be awkward. But let me tell you something. I don't know too many people that's tight with their partner's prior, situation. I don't know anybody who is, I mean, I'm sure it's out there, right? I feel like the Will Smith's first wife and Jada get along pretty well, so I know it happens, but typically it's awkward. Yeah. Okay, you're just lucky you don't have a situation where they're still messing with each other.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's
Well,
married.
She's married. Yeah.
He's been with you for 2 years. That's not everybody's coming together to give a good memory for this child. If you don't want to do that, say that. But know that there's going to be consequences to that, because I guarantee you, for your boyfriend, his son is going to come first.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with everything that you just said, except she is right in one aspect. He should have talked to her
Yes.
beforehand.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if she's expressed how uncomfortable it is around his baby moms. However, he should pick up how uncomfortable it is around the baby moms. And he should be like, hey, look, we've been together for 2 years. At a certain point, when you're in your 30s, when you've been together for a few years, you're thinking about long term, right? Like otherwise, why the hell are you with this person? Right? Like after about 9 months to a year, you should know, all right, I'm seriously considering spending the rest of my life with this person. And if you don't have that answer, this is the only time I say cut it, because otherwise you're just wasting time. I know people in 3, 4, 5-year relationships, and I'm like, are y'all gonna get married? Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't necessarily have to get married, but do you want to spend the rest of your life with this person? I don't know. That's something that you absolutely should know after a certain point in time.
Probably know that, yeah.
So he is paying attention to this whole situation. And you're right. If the choice is between his son and her, he's going to choose his son. The only time that she'll be chosen above her son is if he decides to make her his wife. Because I've explained it before, and a lot of parents jump down at me, but this was explained to me from a parent. The most important relationship that you have is your partner. When you decide to get married, when you decide to marry somebody, that is the most important person in your life. That doesn't mean that you choose them over your kids. It's just simply saying that's the most important person. And you need to consider their feelings and everything. Now, they're not married yet, but he still needs to consider her feelings. And if he was a good boyfriend, he would know she got to problem with Christmas.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I would be like, look, babe, I know you got a problem with Christmas. We all pitched in, which, by the way, what the hell did y'all get them where four grown folks had to pitch in for a 10-year-old's gift? Because that's crazy. What the hell did y'all get this kid?
Right.
We all pitched in for this. Thank you, by the way, for pitching in. That really means a lot to me that you would pitch in for my son's gift. I know you and her got tension, but this ain't about any of that. Right. It's about him. And he rocks with you, and he's going to be appreciative. I know you had this feeling. I think it would be great to go over there just for the morning, and then we'll have our own time just for the morning when he opens up the gift. Maybe have some breakfast and then bounce. And then I would plan something special for us because she did that for me. That's me. Yeah. I'm super overly, as you say, too much considerate. But that's what I would do because I hate putting people in awkward situations unless I'm purposely doing it by things that I say. But this would be different. Mm-hmm. That's my only grievance that I have with what you said is that, no, she does have a legitimate claim. Should have been discussed with her. Also, she should have assumed that this was also going to be the case because she knew, as she stated beforehand, that the previous year, the mama tried to do this. The mama ain't trying to cause no ruckus. The mama is trying to give their son a happy Christmas.
And if you if you think it's not going to be an annual thing, it's Christmas and he's a child. He's going to want his parents there for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you knew getting with a man with a child, he is a package deal. And that includes his ex. Because she is the mother of that child. He is a package. Either you want to get with that package or you need to get the hell on.
Right. And this is something
that you can't just say, I don't want this to be every year. That child, God willing, that child gonna be there every year. He's not gonna miss the Christmas. Okay?
For the rest of his life. For his rest of his life.
For the rest of his life.
That father is going to. It doesn't stop at 18.
He's gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
For forever. Okay. So he ain't gonna miss a day. So just know that, it's a possibility that will be an annual thing. Maybe sometimes you all will host them and sometimes they'll host you, but they're probably going to want to both be there for their son's Christmas. And that's going to involve you. And if that's not something that you want, that's a conversation.
All of it is a conversation.
Yeah.
And she needs to decide with herself personally, are you ready for something like this? Mm-hmm. Not everybody is built to be a mother. Not everybody is built to be a step parent, which is something completely different than being a parent. I'll never forget. This is a personal story. I'll never forget. I was dating a woman with kids. And I was like, the kids love me. I was like, the kids, they tell me that they love me all the time. I love the kids. I just melted my little heart. I know them kids didn't love me. They ain't know me long enough to love me. But they would just be like, love you, Bruce. Like when I was leaving, I was like, them little kids. You know how much the kids touch my heart.
Yeah.
And I was cool with the daddy. Just for me personally, I was like, I'm not going to cause no ruckus because that's their father. There's no reason for there to be any type of conflict. And unless you say something slick out your mouth that I got to check you, I'm never going to have a problem. I'm not one of them dudes that had that ego. You used to be with my woman. Yeah, my woman used to be with several people. I hope that should not deter the fact that I'm with her. I don't care.
Yeah.
Until I got around the kids with him. We were doing a whole group thing. And I was really expecting the kids to be like they typically were, all over me. And they were not. They were all over their daddy. It wasn't like I was completely invisible, but I realized in the pecking order where I stood. And a low-key little bit broke my heart, but then I was like, no, this is the position. Like this,
Yes.
that's their
Yes.
father.
Yes.
I would only be a step parent if I married this person. And obviously we didn't
Yes.
get married, but it's like, oh, okay, I'm the boyfriend. They like me. That's their dad. And you have to, no matter what, you have to be cool with the fact that you will always be the other person.
Yes.
And that's not a lot of people is built for that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people's built. And she got to look within herself to see, are you built or not?
Right.
Are you built or not? On that note, Jay, what do you want to leave the people with?
I don't know. I feel like I said it all. Hey, just check your yard for animals. What's your dogs? Because I cannot calm down. I am so angry
I would have
about
let
this
go of it.
gross occurrence. I mean, he was having a ball and I was losing my mind. And then the fact that I then had to scoop it up.
Yeah.
It's not the way I wanted to start my Sunday. It's just not. So y'all got what y'all got with these Reddits.
Which was Rage.
Yeah.
The Lady of Rage. That's your no, we can't take that. That's copyrighted from the
That's
rapper.
copyrighted. Yes.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you a happy holidays. Once again, to remind you that we're going to be on a break, but we're coming back January the 6th. But happy holidays. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspective.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.